great opportunity to make it into the final, but now we focus on tomorrow first of all. Want to achieve a good result and get into a good position before the second leg in Madrid, and then we will see what is possible. In terms of Jamal Musiala, in general, he is a real quiet lad who wakes up step by step. He's still a young lad. When I came to Bayern at the age of 20, I thought I was young. But today, nowadays, it would be old with 20 to make it into the Bundesliga. But Jamal, he has played a lot of matches already, and you can see and feel that off the pitch that he is getting mature also as a person. He was a little boy when he came to training for the first time, and now you can feel and see that he becomes or turns into a man. And you see this, you see his development off the pitch as well, which is actually normal. You will face Carlo Ancelotti, who trained you as well. He has a special aura. How have you experienced him, and what has changed, maybe? Well, I don't know if something has changed. He's still very successful with Real Madrid, and everywhere he was successful. Won the Champions League title a few times. And in terms of me, in my first season, I didn't play as much, but scored a couple of goals. In the second season with him, then I played every match. But then, unfortunately, we weren't as successful as before, and as he is now with Real Madrid. Of course, I would have loved to win the Champions League title with him. Hello, Joshua. The three last Champions League encounter between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Do you feel taking revenge in the dressing room? Well, we don't have so many players who want to take a revenge. I don't know who participated back then in the last encounter. Ulle, Manu, Thomas and me. So it's not a lot of players, and we should maybe talk about revenge 6 years ago. And I think that the teams completely changed, both teams. I can't remember who played back then for Real. I think Toni, Carvajal, Luka Modric, just a few, but not as many. So I don't think that there is no feel of revenge, taking revenge.
Hola Joshua, José Padilla de Defensa Central. El otro día, Rodri, jugador de Manchester City, dijo que el Madrid había tenido suerte en la Champions. ¿Crees que lo del Madrid en la Champions es suerte?
Do you think that it's luck or it's something else actually for Real Madrid?
Ja, auf jeden Fall zusätzlich noch etwas.
Well, in addition, as I mentioned before, 2 years ago when they won the Champions League, they were behind, but always managed to turn the matches around. So you can't only talk about luck. I just think that they have lots of experience in the team, and you feel, you can see that they have faith in their strength and their qualities, and they are aware that they can score until the very end. They have the individual quality, we know that, to beat every opponent and to always come back, so their comeback qualities. I didn't see the matches against Man City, and I don't know if it was, or if luck was involved, but it's not only luck, that's for sure. Mr. Kimmich, tomorrow you will face Vinny Jr. What are his qualities, and how do you have to defend against him? Well, in general, he's one of the best dribblers and one-on-one players in Europe at the moment. It's always difficult to defend such a player by yourself. That's good. It's a team sport. You can solve this problem with tactical measures and with the team effort. We are aware that he is dangerous, that he has a lot of pace, very clinical, and at the end of the day, it's not only a one-on-one, a duel, but it's a lot that you want to defend as a team, especially against such a great player as he is. Hello, Joshua. There are rumors about Ralf Rangnick. Uli Hoeneß spoke about Thomas Tuchel. What do you think? Does this disturb the atmosphere? Well, yeah, we heard about it, but for us players, it doesn't concern us at the moment. For us, it's all about tomorrow and next week. So that's why we don't let anything in. We focus and concentrate on what we want to do tomorrow. And I think that's a good thing, that we focus on that. Everything else we can't have an influence on. I would like to know, Tony Kroos, could you analyze what the effect is of him at Real Madrid? Well, I know Tony also from the national team and also from Real Madrid, obviously. I think that he gives security to each team, control, dominance. He's a player that has achieved a lot, who has experienced a lot. So that's why you can look at him and learn from him just because of his experience, and especially a lot of successes as well. Hello, Joshua. Uli Hoeneß and his words, there were discussions about how Thomas Tuchel can improve players. How did he improve you as a player, Thomas Tuchel? Well, in general, with Thomas Tuchel, or with other coaches as well, I played on different positions, more defending, more as a right wing back, and this helps you as a player to develop further, to become better, to improve. And for us, it was actually during this season that we played a little bit different style of football, which helps you, of course, as well. In some matches we played on the counter, in other matches where we just didn't or weren't dominant. We just wanted to be attacking, fast attacking on the counter, but still his approach is about having ball possession, ball control, and what I actually like and prefer. I'm a player that likes to have possession, but still he adapted also to the team, of course, obviously, and so we could change depending on the opponent we played and made adaptations depending on the football that was asked for. Josh would like to ask the dominance which Bayern stood for before. And if you look at the matches against Arsenal, Dortmund, Stuttgart, did you have a different approach, attacking more with counter? So what do you think about the match tomorrow against Real Madrid, to find the right balance? Or what is the approach? How did the coach prepare you for? Well, we haven't had so much time. We played 2 days ago, so yesterday we just relaxed a little bit. And Real is similar. It's also a team that is fast in transition, can defend deep. So at the end, it will be all about the right balance. It will be, of course, crucial to defend well against Real Madrid and to be brave enough to have possession and to also attack, of course, to risk something. And at the end, it's the right balance, the right mix that you need between attacking and defending. Against Arsenal, we didn't only just park the bus. We didn't maybe press that high, just because Arsenal is very dominant in their possession. And the second question, Saturday to today, have you talked to Uli Hoeneß? I don't say anything else to it anymore. It's over, this topic. Then to the first question, Well, I don't have to lie, or you will then see in training. I still don't know 100%. And when I drive back to the training center, we'll do the last checks with Conny and Matta and Upamecano as well. But I think best looks like with Conny Leimer. And then we'll see what is with Leroy and Jamal Musiala as well. But I will get to know about it in the next hours. They are in treatment at the moment, and this is the situation. So a little bit of patience, please. Talking about the team, the squad. So it's going to be a last-minute decision with most of them. Well, yes, for today, for training, yes. And for the ones I just named, Conny, he will give it a try. We'll see in training. And Matthias de Ligt, I think it's too early. And Upa is also still too early. But maybe something has changed since last night. So we still have to wait, a little bit of patience. And then we will take some last-minute decisions with Jamal and Leroy. But it means that, yeah, we'll take the decision today after the final training. To you, the coach, on the pitch, experience decides matches, and in terms of the coaches, what do you think against Carlo? Well, if it's about the experiences, I don't have a chance against Carlo. He's a legend. What Carlo has achieved for football, not only as a coach, but also as a player, that's the highest level. And at the same time, he's always so polite, so modest, humble. When I met him, when I was a newbie in the Champions League, and I've encountered him, very polite, very humble man. It's extraordinary, and you can't value it high enough. And he's now winning again the La Liga and another semi-final of the Champions League. But we play against Real Madrid, we play against the experience, you play against the shirt, against the myth. But our approach will be very contentful. We'll get prepared today with a tactics session. We have one day less compared to Real Madrid, so that's why today and tomorrow we have to do our tactical sessions, and we'll prepare the team on the content. And we're all happy and looking forward to the great anticipation for the match tomorrow. Tuchel, another question to the coach. You are like a tactical fox, and Carlo Ancelotti, he just sends 11 players onto the pitch and lets them do. Is this the right impression? Well, yeah, Carlo, with his appearance and his personality and his experience as a player and as a coach, his jobs he had, that he seems to be like a father. This is clear, and this is his great quality, his strength that he has. What was the question, actually? Well, I don't actually know. Important is that everyone goes his way, and especially at this stage, it's become more and more important that we stay and stick and focus on us. We want to be and remain content-wise and not give them too much to the players, but give them a few solutions. There are a few solutions. We need to find a good mix between discipline but also freedom, so that you can play better in such a moment, in such a match. And so there you have to find the right balance, and you have to take advantage of it. But we also have experience, not only me, also within the team. So I think that it's going to be a good mix between anticipation and a little bit of tension, of course.
Hi, Thomas. Robert Lewandowski gave an interview a couple of days ago, and he named Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham as the best two players in the world. I was just wondering what you think of Jude at the moment, how he's progressed and his dangers, and whether you'd include Harry within that group as well.
Harry
Kane.
Yeah. If you need to put players in kind of these groups, I'm not the biggest fan of it, because I don't like the individual approach of best player because there's so many different positions and so many different profiles of players. Jude is extraordinary development. I mean, he was fantastic here in Bundesliga. How he progressed shows the level of personality. I think this is only possible with a huge personality. Everyone who plays for Real Madrid plays also with the pressure of that shirt, plays with the pressure to play for this club and with the demands and the expectations. He handles it like he has never done anything else before. He's very dangerous and very, very physical in his game. He's absolute key player in a very offensive position. We are well aware of it and we try to find solutions tomorrow.
Dann auf der rechten Seite, jetzt glaube ich, spanischer Kollege.
It's in English as well. Oh, that's okay. Thank you. Mr. Tuchel, some would describe you as a tactical genius. Now, when you're playing, in the semi-final of the Champions League against players like Vinicius, Rodrigo, how much can you rely on tactic, and how much is just the luck of the day?
Hopefully tactic. Hopefully also luck of the day, but hopefully also a freedom. You cannot get. The bigger the occasion, the bigger the pressure, the bigger the stress. You cannot just rely on what you know and just think about things like tactical stuff. I think you can make always a difference with the tactic and with the approach, but the tactic is just the car, and the players drive the car. So we have to find a good balance, especially in moments like this, that we show solutions. I think that players like to see solutions. Players like to have a plan and like to have a general idea. And overall, they also like and need a freedom to live it, and because this is the most important. But as you mentioned, there is no way to play this game without the luck of the day. If you hit the post, it's the inside of the post, the outside of the post. It's a fraction offside, onside. You need these little decisions, of course. You need the momentum, a bit of luck, and you need the whole package if you want to overcome Real Madrid in semi-final. We want to force things to a point where maybe this little luck is then the difference, but we cannot rely on it. For that, it's not big enough. So we have to push it, and we feel ready for it.
Ganz oben, Taufik Khalil für den Bayerischen Rundfunk.
Mr. Tuchel, my son said last night, Bayern, Real Madrid, this is the ultimate Champions League match. Is this a Bayern fan speaking, or is this, in terms of the history, the biggest match? Well, most of the semi-final participations of both clubs, so it's a match between two strong big teams. So your son is right. I don't know if it's the biggest one. So maybe the Bayern fan speaks there, and fans from Liverpool or Man City wouldn't support that. But as a Bayern fan, I understand that is corresponding, and anticipation is huge with us. Gegen Real Madrid gespielt. Mit Chelsea haben Sie. Oh, you played against Chelsea, against Real Madrid. What might be the differences? The players have gone, new players have come. So, did you learn anything from your account against Real Madrid that you can use for the match tomorrow? Well, it's not the first match. It was the match that is not that long ago. We played against Real Madrid with Paris back then, and with Dortmund back then. So, in talking about Real Madrid and the differences compared to today and tomorrow, Benzema is not there anymore. He was one of the key players as the number 9, and interpreted and played that role and marked that role over many, many years. And they changed the system a little bit. Jude Bellingham is positioned now as a 10 or 8, number 6. And this has changed a little bit, but still, there are many attitudes, actions the same. There's still Vinny, there's still Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and the movements, the positions haven't changed, but their style of play due to Benzema and Jude, because they are different players. And in general, it's, as I mentioned before last week, that the task against Real Madrid is also to have enough players in attack to harm them, but also not to open up too many spaces. So it's just small lines, small little differences where you can have the feeling that it's not enough. We don't have enough players in attack, but then you might lack players in defending, in a counter. So we need to find the right balance, and we'll get prepared as much as possible. Mr. Tuchel, quick question. Why are you convinced that Serge Gnabry is going to score tomorrow? You mentioned it twice. Yeah, as I said, it's going to happen. I don't know where I know it from, but it's going to happen. Serge Gnabry is going to score. Mr. Tuchel, after the match of Saturday, you emphasized that you don't want to talk about the discussions with Uli Hoeneß anymore. And that's why you wanted to ask the question again? Well, Uli Hoeneß said something different. He said in the kicker that he is fine with the critics, that he emphasizes his critics, and he wants to even strengthen his opinion in the future. How do you feel? Well, my head is only Real Madrid. There's only Real Madrid. Just please focus on the match. You said that you are a tactical genius, and then you answered to a question that Bellingham, he plays on the 10, on position 8, position 6. So what about Carlo Ancelotti? He managed to make him play on these different positions. Well, that's always the case that you don't change. I don't think that Carlo Ancelotti says here, find your position yourself. Of course, there are straight movements, plays where Toni Kroos builds up the play, for example, and it's the same, the case, the same for Jude Bellingham. It's a different position for him, which he hasn't played in before. It's a mix of a diamond formation in midfield, maybe also a 2-2 with 2 position number 6 and 2 number 10. So it's very flexible and is adapted from match to match. It depends also on a away match or a home match. So it's very mature and automated, and of course done by Carlo Ancelotti. Last questions, please.
Hi, Thomas, in English. TNT Sports Brazil. You said before that you love Brazilian players. Unfortunately, you don't have any in Bayern, but you are going to face Vinicius and also Rodrigo. We used to compare these players because they originally are of the same position in the left wing, but now they have a lot of movements around in the attacking system. Which one is worse to predict in terms of face, in terms of defense?
Well, they're both strong. They're both a bit different players, I agree. Rodrigo hurt us a lot with a decisive goal in the Bernabeu with Chelsea. So, not sure if I like him so much after that. But in general, like for me, we find Vinicius more on the left side. He has his favorite position from the left wing to accelerate without and with the ball. Have this one-on-ones, 1 against 2s, like fantastic dribblings, fantastic finishing. He's very clinical and very decisive, while Rodrigo, for me, plays a little bit between a winger, sometimes as a 9, sometimes maybe as a half 10. Rodrigo's position is, for me, a bit more fluid, but also with a lot of speed. Very, very good in narrow spaces in the middle of the pitch, while for me, Vinicius prefers a little bit the sideline to start his actions. Yeah, that's basically it. And you're right, I had only the very best experience with Brazilian players, so that's why I said this. And it's basically it, no? Enough? Good.
Dann die letzten 3 Fragen hier oben. Klaus Bergmann für die DPA.
Last 3 questions then. Mr. Tuchel, you said that you have problems with the team as you don't know how long they are, or if they are fit. How much risk are you wanting to take? Can you let players, injured players, play from the start, knowing that you may have to substitute then? You have other players who already won the Champions League. So how would you rank this match against Real? Well, it feels like a final, but that's normal. A semi-final already feels like a final. So maybe this gives an answer to your question, to your first question. So tomorrow my approach is to see it as a final. Of course, we have 4 injured players, and to let them play would be a lot of too much. But yeah, if we know that none of these players can play the 90 minutes, so it's different kind of injuries and different aspects that we have to consider here. But in the context, I'm not a coach that decides the starting 11 on the next match coming up. So we'll focus on the card tomorrow. Maybe there's even a red card or a penalty, or you can set the tone already tomorrow. So I want to get prepared to play this match without thinking of anything else. I think that this is important, to have the freedom to show a top performance, to show a top match. And tomorrow in the 90 minutes, within the 90 minutes, we will try our best to win it. And then we know how we were going to travel to the second leg. But it has no impact or any tactical reasons into the starting formation.
Hi, Thomas. Hi. Arbel Eshet from Sports Channel Israel. Would a victory against Real Madrid compensate for this turbulent season for Bayern and for you personally?
It would compensate a lot, but I'm pretty sure if we make it, we would be very happy, but not fully satisfied, because our goal is to go to Wembley and then, of course, win at Wembley. But yeah, it is already. It gave us a lot of confidence in the staff, and of course with the staff and the team. It gave us a lot of confidence to eliminate Arsenal, who continued after the defeat here, continued to win and are on top of the Premier League, and showed their quality. So that proved the point, we proved the point, and that gave us a lot of confidence. Now is the next step against Real Madrid, like you all already said, and we agreed against Real Madrid in this competition in a semi-final. This is a big stage, so we want to compete, and we want to push it over the line to be the team to go to Wembley. We want to do it, of course, for us and for our hunger and for our big goal to Wembley. And we will not get any points back in any other competition, but this is sports. We have to focus now on tomorrow, and then after that we go the next step in Bernabeu, and we need to be well prepared and appreciate the occasion, and we will.
Last one, same place, yeah.
Thomas, hallo. Der FC Bayern hat auch
Thomas, FC Bayern also called up to his fans. How important is the atmosphere going to be tomorrow in this stadium for the match? We need a top atmosphere. It was already very, very good against Arsenal, but we need even more. It needs to be a home field advantage. We will feel the same in the second leg, but in a different way. We want the players to feel and to breathe the atmosphere, and the support also by the fans. One duel or winning against a counter-attack, we need the maximum support to also have and feel the support where we have to suffer or off the ball just to make it past this period of time, and just to support the players to find the right momentum, to find their rhythm. But this is clear. So we have to create, along with the fans, a great atmosphere that gives us this advantage. If it's going to be decisive, we will see. But let's focus on tomorrow. Bye-bye, and thank you very much to you all.